It's your boy T Duck, aka Quack Fruit, for the ladies drink come true. What's happening with the fam? Everybody, what's up? What's up? I know. You see it. Sucker free in the house. 4-1 to the easy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We about to get it real live up in this piece. I'm about to give a little commentary. We about to find out what's true and what's not true. We just gonna hang on real tight. I got a special guest on their way for the most part. We about to make something happen, Captain, and it's just that easy. Pretty much, there's a lot of, false flagging, a lot of slandering, a lot of misrepresentation of actual facts. And I think the key word the Most High has been dropping with me is discipline. Discipline. More often than not, we don't understand what it means to have like a certain code of conduct and a portrayal of righteousness within our day-to-day being. And I think these fools have misconstrued that, just because we good people morally, that we won't act up and, start to spaz out and give y'all what y'all looking for. And it's obvious, you looking to see the worst, but we're going to kill you with kindness. We're not going to resort to your tactics or how you portray or conceive, things to be in your delusion of grandeur. We really about to drop them bombs on you like Hiroshima, because at the end of the day, y'all not moving nothing but y'all mouths. And we really, doing the works as it is written. So if we have the Most High with us, who can be against us? You know what I'm saying? We understand our relationship with the entirety of the spectrum of the world. So these things that you do, these things that y'all get caught up in and, distract y'all from y'all being and what y'all trying to accomplish, let it be known like we really out here living this, and we're going to be prosperous, and maybe not to an extent of fame or something of that nature, but we absolutely are geared or ready to, embrace a certain being and a certain mode of moving that constitutes growth and development, not like the rest of these cats who are, looking for turmoil and dysfunction and things of that nature. So let me put that there. So carrying along, we have some people who have exhibited some types of, I would say, bipolar, needing of medication and things of that nature. But without further ado, I would like to bring the African princess herself, the Sudanese cricket-eating goddess.
Hello, the Sudanese cricket eater is here. Oh my God, I've had such a good day. I'm such on a high. Like I'm ready.
Okay, that's
Are
good.
you ready?
Man, I was born ready.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Stay ready, you ain't gonna get ready. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I was born for this. Hey, but check it though, I like you to elaborate. Like, you can start it off because I'm gonna just piggyback off you. You know how we do. Like,
I missed the intro. What is the premise? What are you gonna go?
Shit. It's about these no good individuals, you know what I'm saying, slandering people and causing all this contention and making these what is it, red herring situations just to distract from what they doing and what they got going on. Like, for example, I can just my latest video where someone basically Nepal is talking about sexual deviancy, yet her main underling is beating off to her photos. So it's stuff like that. We gotta address, like, where do we go from here?
Okay, so let me I'm gonna treat this as my little safe space for now, because a lot of people they've been talking a lot of nonsense with a lot of false flags, a lot of red herrings, like you said, a lot of false narrative being thrown around there. And the last few days, I've been trying to catch up. There's just been so much information being put out there. It's hard. It's been hard for me to actually catch up on everything. I'm like watching this stream and a bit here and a bit there, trying to catch all the nuggets so I can feel informed, you know?
Yeah.
But from the gist of what I'm hearing, I feel like nobody is really standing out here as being righteous, as people that have been telling the truth. I hear a lot of people that have been hiding information until it suited them. It's really actually kind of sad when you look at it.
From an adult point of view, correct? Because it's very childish.
Of course, it's. Do you know what? Can we call it childish? Because I think I'm hearing a lot of people that don't seem to know how to communicate with each other. You know, don't seem to be able to say when they see something wrong or something inappropriate that's happening around them. They don't seem to have the, you know, the ability to express it. Like, there are means. You have means all around you to report behaviors like this. You have all kinds of different avenues you can go to, you know, to stop abuse that is going on around you. You can do it anonymously, or you can put your name to it. But I don't understand why there's so many people that seem to have this information under their belt and they don't say anything about it. And this is why a lot of people don't trust people, because even when they know, they don't say anything. Even when your mother knows, she doesn't say anything. Even when your father knows, they don't say anything. Even your brother or sister know, they don't say nothing. You know, it's like this.
See,
There's just this culture of secrecy that is so sick.
It's not even secrecy.
Broken.
It's not even secrecy. It's more predatorial. See, they like to use the word complicit. I like to use the word complacent. They're complacent with the idea of having something over someone. That means that I can control. See, what you don't get about our culture is based on predatorial predatorial ideas. As long as I can control you, I can trust you, rather than let us build trust, let us be good to one another. And that's how we'll establish trust. It's more so like, no, I got this hanging over your head and I'm gonna force you to trust me, or I'm gonna force you to do. It's a control issue.
Like, there's been a concerted effort to hide certain things. Like when you're complacent, it's like, oh, I don't really care, whatever. Either you're out of your mind, you're not thinking straight, you don't really pay attention to what's going on. But people now are recollecting things that happened years ago, have evidence things that happened years ago, have threatened people with information they've had years ago. That's complicity to me. It's not like, oh, I might have not been a pain. I was just in a drunk set. I didn't really see my best friend beat his girl or slap her across the face. Like, I was just not really there. I can't really tell you if it happened or not. That kind of thing. No, we're talking about active knowledge, active recording, active of releasing certain information. Those things is what makes you complicit. Extortion.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Threats against your job, your career. These are things that make you complicit, because you're using the information that you have to hold people, over a fire, so they're ready to use it against you. And I was saying that on Lexi's channel earlier. This is something that has really rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way, because they see that a lot of people have withheld information that they've known that could have saved a lot of trauma to a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? But they've kept that to themselves or hush people up around them in order to just use that when they thought the time was right for them. And that's what makes you complicit, because you've allowed then the abuse to carry on unchecked. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't put the spotlight on there when you could have stopped it when you knew, but no, you chose to keep that in your pocket. Okay, I'm gonna keep silent because he hasn't upset me or she hasn't upset me. I'm gonna let him do what he does, and it's okay. And a few years down the line, I'm gonna start speaking up because it suits my own interests. That is a real thick attitude to have. It's a disgusting attitude to have, because what you
Defeatist.
yeah, no, it's what you've done essentially. You've enabled that predator, that abuser, to carry on doing what he's done and doing, and you've let that go on for months and years. So you've put that child, these people that claim to be ambassadors for children, that they care about children's well-being and protection. No, what you did was create an environment where that child
Was in danger.
That little inkling that allowed you to realize what was happening, which was probably sent from whatever you want to call it, the Most High, from the gods, the Kemetic gods, whatever, nature, whatever you received was telling you that this child is being abused. But instead of believing what you were hearing, you decided, believing and seeing in most cases, because we've probably all seen videos, and God knows the images and the videos or whatever that's not being released, that's out there. This is just the little
Being held
yeah
for another man. That's crazy.
I know, that's the thing. This is stuff that has been posted, on the internet. God knows what has been going on behind closed doors. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the debauchery, the disgusting shit, the abuse that's been happening that we will never be privy to? Like, we'll never see that. But they had the cheek and the gall and no one's ever going to come after us because we're all powerful around here. Do you know what I mean? And they felt free reign to abuse kids right under our noses. And even though I feel like some people tried to call it out, nobody really took it seriously, maybe.
Yeah, because they you know what I'm saying, defamation to whoever tries to speak out against it. They just a hater. They just don't want to see black people progress. They not for black people. The usual runarounds, the little excuses that they make, and people drink the Kool-Aid, and we have the situation we have where justice is never served. People don't want to sit there and say, okay, I allowed this to happen. Or, they get into this idol worshiping, human worshiping or hero worshiping to the point to where it's just like, I can't allow this person to go down because it's a reflection of me. So even though they didn't do the particular crime and they might have witnessed the crime, they feel as though if that person get caught up, it's a reflection of them. You know what I'm saying? They take on that personality, which is sick. It's a disorder.
Yeah, it's very much reflecting what I was saying earlier on another stream. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the thing that happens in the Black community where we feel like we need to protect the predator, whether it's a man or a woman. It's almost like we don't want that person to be in the system for being guilty of these kind of egregious acts. It's like we don't want to be logged in with these other people as having a problem with this issue. And it's crazy because it's a real issue. People have been telling you this for years, that women are abused, women have been sexually violated, but some way you have, I don't know, like, it's like that Black Americans just don't want to hear it, or they think like just their young
It's
women are or young girls are generally promiscuous and they're out here doing whatever, so you don't take it seriously. Because what I was saying earlier, it's like a lot of these girls who act out in the streets like this, being overtly sexual or promiscuous or aggressive, these are a lot of these girls are girls who have come from those backgrounds of being sexually abused.
accosted, abused. Yeah.
Yeah. And instead of identifying what the real problem is, I feel like a lot of Black men look at it like, oh, Black women have lost their femininity and they don't know how to, respect the Black man. Well, why would a Black woman who's grown up being ignored, being abused, her feelings have never been taken into consideration, why would you think she would ever have respect and gratitude for your attention? No.
Bingo. Can you repeat that? Because people need to hear that. I'm sorry.
Hey, put it on rewind because I probably can't remember myself.
No, you was just saying being abused and how they're gonna ever respect us. But it sounds better coming from you, and I think they'll hear it.
No, it really clicked to me the other day because, even being on the manosphere side of things and these different channels, I've always had the same kind of rhetoric around like Black American women being overly sexualized, just, being promiscuous, maybe aggressive to the Black man and stuff like this. And I was saying that earlier, I don't mean to repeat myself, but it was like, well, do you guys ever think about why these issues are happening? Because a lot of these women probably have come from abusive backgrounds where they've been sexually abused early on. Their cries for help were probably ignored and diminished. Like, oh, you're making up, girl. Oh, you probably wanted it, girl. Yeah, you probably Jezebel. Did you want him? You were trying to take mama's man from her. All that kind of bullshit that you hear. But actually, that kind of shit probably does happen, and it's crazy to me. But hey, this is a lot of things that these young women, young girls have to go through and endure. And what I was saying earlier is like everyone needs to really keep their eyes open to signs. I don't want to make all men out to be like predators or weirdos or sexual deviants and stuff like this. But at the end of the day, it is predominantly men who are doing this. It's predominantly men in your own home who are doing this. Okay, it's not just someone on the street snatching up your child. No, it's usually the boyfriend, the uncle, the cousin, the stepdaddy, the boyfriend, whoever. They're usually the ones that are doing it because you've invited them in your home, right? And these are the things that women need to think about. You really need to be careful. I mean, like, so careful about the kind of men that you have around your female and male children, because it's not just a female thing. Male children are abused
Significantly.
Oh my God, that's the thing. I was just going to say that, like, the way that women don't really report or it's not really recorded, I can't even fathom the amount of young men who are abused, sexually abused like that. I really can't. Like, the courage that it has to come forward, especially as like a male abuse, sexual abuse victim, whether it's a woman or a man, that takes a lot, and I really want people to really, it's not just a woman thing, it's really is a male thing too. I want men to come forward, talk about their experiences. I was actually listening to a live the other day where a couple of men tried to come forward, but they were kind of almost shut down, and that was kind of disappointing because they were like, seek counseling elsewhere before you come over here. I was like, come on now.
Dang, that's crazy. It's more so I feel as though it's like a predator culture. You know, it's not so much, they don't even care about the sex of the person that they're taking advantage of. It's just they have that opportunity to take advantage of someone, and it
Well,
makes them feel strong
a predator
attacking the weak.
cares about what you think. What are you talking about? A predator does not care about your feelings, doesn't care about your emotions, whether you like what they're doing to you or not. No. A predator is going to do what makes them feel good,
Right.
you know, in their depraved mindset. Like to you, to them, you're just like a piece of trash, piece of meat, just to be
Yeah, in a
used,
way.
guarded. Yeah, they don't care. That's why a lot of these predators, oftentimes they will kill their victims, discard them, suffocate them, strangle them, whatever, in their depraved sexual fantasy. We hear that shit all the
Off
time.
the streets in front of a barber
Yeah.
shop looking for prey.
Funny to them. This is topic. No, this is serious. Like, this is something
All right,
like
my bad.
a lot of people have experienced, and I think they're welcoming of the fact that it's being discussed more and more. And it's not a laughing matter, because there's a lot of people walking around here fearful, depressed, suicidal because of the shit that they've gone through when they were younger. Have to have some compassion, you know.
Definitely have to have compassion. And I think, like I said, this culture, this predatorial culture, is like you have a choice. You're never void a choice. So if you ever have the opportunity to display mercy, humility, rather than, you know what I'm saying, sexual gratification or any type of gratification, you should go with humility and mercy and allow this child to grow and have a healthy relationship with, you know, older people. Because I think what we're doing, we're stripping them the opportunity, because their minds aren't fully developed yet. We're stripping them the opportunity to, you know, fully trust in like any message or any instruction we have for them. It's like once you're going to tarnish that by, you know, victimizing them.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, now any parent knows that their main job is to what? What's your
Take
main
care
job?
of children.
Right, protect your children. Right, that's your number one job. Is
But
protect
that's
your.
not how they think here. They think the most important thing is a woman and having sex and having more children. You see it, the debacle right there?
Well, I don't know where this degenerate thought process is coming from, but please, like, if you have children, your first duty, a mother and a father, is to protect your children. Okay? Now, I don't care whether how long you've been single, how long you ain't had D or P. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Your duty is to have people around that you trust and you know will treat your children accordingly. And even if you think that before you have them around your children, you need to be vigilant, okay, about what's going on. You need to look for signs. Now, if you're going to be like, oh, I like him, he seems cool on a few visits, I'm going to be, I'm like, you need a slap around the head, like, for real, okay? Watch. All predators are very smart when they move, okay? They're not stupid. It's not their first rodeo, okay? It's probably, God knows how many
Very conniving and
households
manipulative
they've
too.
been in. They've targeted you probably specifically so they could be around, you know, certain people. So just, you have to keep your eyes open. You can't be stupid.
I mean, ladies, understand, no one's gonna come up to you and be like, yeah, I'm a predator, and yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I like you, but I really want your children. Like, that's not gonna happen. So don't think because somebody is ultra sweet and, you know, doing everything right,
Right.
you
As
know,
a reality for single mothers, looking out for predators is something you have to be very vigilant about, because they see you, they probably assume that you're lonely, you're looking for a man, you want to, you know, you probably find it hard because not a lot of men want to deal with a woman with like kids, And then the first man that comes along that shows you interest, you want to grab him up and like secure him. All the while, probably, if you have children in your home, I feel terrible for saying this, but a lot of times, not saying all, a lot of times these men are waiting to get in there to get at your kids. Okay? So please, just take it easy. Don't be letting anybody all up in your house, in your kid's space. Oh, I let him babysit my kids and all this bullshit that I keep hearing from a lot of communities. It's like, how are you going to let a guy you know for 2 weeks babysit your fucking kids? Are you crazy or what? Oh, and you wonder why your kids are missing? Are they going to be found in the fucking ditch? Like, stop it. I think women really need to firstly value themselves before they even try and look for a partner, especially to be around young children, any children.
Sound advice, definitely.
Mm.
And as men, like, we shouldn't even be willing, to take up that offer unless we are in a serious committed. Like, if I'm engaged, like, I wouldn't watch a woman's children, so to say, unless we're engaged.
But that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma. Because a lot of men are fearful of getting involved with a woman with kids because they don't want to be seen like one simps then secondly, as possible predators. Like, why would you want to be around another man's children? Like, what's going on?
No, it's not that. I mean, it's that for them.
No, it is that.
What I was saying, what I was alluding to is like, I wouldn't like flat out just watch your kids unless we're engaged. Now, I would take them somewhere, like somewhere in public where there's a lot of people. I would
not watch your kids. I mean, just be in a relationship with somebody with kids. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons some men don't want to be involved with women with children, because they don't want to be accused of abuse or neglect. Because how many stories do we hear of boyfriend kills kid, beats stepchild to death, all this shit. We hear that shit all the fucking time because you let some fucking numbskull around your kids, and now you wonder why your kid is deceased, like, because you let some fucking loser around your children who doesn't love your child. You don't love your child. You're even better off staying with your baby daddy. At least he'd love that kid. Have some fucking mercy. These other men, they don't care about your child. You're just a bit of ass to them, and that's it. The children are a burden. They're a nuisance.
They're getting away. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how a lot of men think. That child is a nuisance, a burden, a gate. They're blocking the gate to the vagina and the ass that they want. So,
but they don't look. They so. How do I say it? They so nearsighted, or is it farsighted? They can't see past today or that moment. They don't look in the future like this kid can actually grow up to be something and actually assist you when you can't, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they don't think like that. Are you crazy? All they're thinking about is, I want to get with this woman who happens to have children. Now, how can I get this child out of the way so I can have this woman all for myself? I won't be worried about the burden. The mother is probably huffing and puffing. She acts like she's so happy to have a man, and this child is a nuisance to her too. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole package of just weird.
Yeah, but when you're able to develop someone in a positive way, it's a reward within itself. It doesn't only allow you to refresh and rethink and re-explore your own childhood. That's what I like.
Yeah, but you're thinking like a logical human being, like a logical, sensible human. Like, a lot of people don't think like that. Do you know what I mean?
But
They
it's
don't.
because they're taught this predatorial man dominance and women subservient philosophy. Like it's plagued and riddled within American culture for this, ideology to exist. It's
Do you know what?
women.
It's really not only American culture, I have to say. Like, I think it's spread wide where a lot of men tend to protect other men in all cultures. Like, they don't like the idea of other men being outed as being anything or predators. It reflects badly on them. Like, for us women, we don't give a fuck. We'll report anybody that we see doing some nonsense,
But
because
that's what
women.
they got to. Go ahead. No, I was just saying that's what they got to break away from. The fact that you have a penis and balls doesn't make you a man. Your character, the way you conduct yourself, the actions, that's what dictates what. Because I can't see that. You have on pants for everything. I can make my assumptions, but what I can see your actions. And if your actions don't dictate what a man would do in that particular instance, like with a 14-year-old girl, a man is not trying to take her somewhere, get her drunk and high, and leave semen on her sweater and shit. Like, that's not what men do.
Well, it seems to be subjective, because I've seen men act like fucking animals, and people seem to uphold these men.
We are animals.
They're so real. You're such a real N-word. You're just like a real black man. Like, oh, is that what you elevate? Like, debaucherous, abusive behavior. That's a real one to you. Okay, so the men who are good fathers, work hard, they're like pieces of shit to you. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about?
Dude, you are genius. You are genius. You just taught me something. It's you just basically taught me that we I forgot the psychological term for it. We give positive reinforcement to that bullshit.
Yep. All the time. And you down all the men who are actually doing what's right, calling them pussies. They ain't about that life. Listen,
99 men
pick up a gun
doctrine.
and bust you in your fucking head, okay? I don't care what hood you came from. That same guy from the suburbs, that same geek will bust a cap in your ass same way. Like, what are you talking about? You think you don't know how to use a gun? Are you crazy? You don't think he knows? Like, stop underestimating people around you. These, like, and I had to learn that from this weirdo. Like, I had to really learn, like, that frame of mind. And it was baffling to me because I never understood it, It was like very alien to me. I was like, well, what do you mean? Well, can you not just move away from this? Like, what's going on? Nah, I'm for my whatever. I'm like, okay, well.
You fucking bozo. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
But that's the thing. That's why, to me, it just always sounded stupid. Like, hang on a minute. So you're going to give your life up for some bullshit that you really don't care about in order to show your loyalty to people that you don't really care about. Okay. Okay. If that's what you're saying, it was like, where is the logic in that? This is coming from someone
no
who
logic.
logical. Yeah, I was like,
reasoning.
Yeah, so you want to be taken out of this world for some bullshit that is irrelevant. I just
clearly not. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, and it's just, I think it's a difference in culture. When we die with purpose. Like, we died in a war. We died like protecting our fucking tribes, our families, like something. Oh no, I died because my baby mama slept with my ex and
Like,
like
hey, they treated like this is my thing. They treated like that was that was the last piece of poom poom on the planet.
I
And
know
they actually purchased it. It's just like that's not yours, regardless of how you feel,
it never
and
belonged
regardless
to
how culture
you.
stimulates.
Yeah.
How
Sorry,
culture
dude. Sorry, dude. I
it still
know.
belongs to her. She
I
has every right to do what she wants with her
know.
vagina, just like you have every right to do what you
I
want with your
know. You
penis.
might have like supposedly gave her a child and thought you gave her what she wanted, but at the same time, she was effing your best friend, and you just have to get over it. You know, it's not a big deal. It's okay. That was
Yeah, I mean, if you had girth, maybe that wouldn't have
it
happened.
never belonged to you. Exactly. She
Right?
was looking for some girth. Like it's alright, dude.
You're
Like
looking for
move
somebody who
along.
could fill that
Yeah.
motherfucker up. You know, you put a hole in the
I
condom,
know.
tried to
Sometimes you
trap
just have to hold that L.
her. But that's just the sickness of society telling you, and that's one thing I hate, and I wish we could get around. Like if we become disciplined and we started our own methodology, our own because our own little understanding, we can get
Yeah.
away from these social norms that have us demand certain things from one another that are, when you think about it, unrational, irrational. I mean,
Right.
irrational.
And
Yeah.
this is the thing. Like when I started going over the ministry, you know how many arguments I used to have? I think I told you a little bit of it. But my rationale and theirs was so different that I felt like I was talking to like aliens sometimes. They couldn't understand where I was coming from. I was like, God damn, like it's really like difficult. It's just essentially it's about respect, right? And about treating people how you want to be treated. If you really just cover those simple terms, like for the
The
most part,
golden rule.
right?
Oh,
Like, what is it so difficult? I don't understand this. I do understand it more now. I really do. Like dealing with an African American man and all, like literally the epitome of like a pookie type. It's shown me a lot about how things go down, how things operate. I've gotten a good insight into it, you know?
yeah,
So
but
it's
the thing is, like
patient.
with my fraternity, I get a lot of flack about my organization, but we're taught, in a sense, it's not so much me being better than you, is how can I compliment you? You get what I'm saying? So when I get into relationships, whether it be you know with a woman or just in a friendship environment, it's just like, how do I compliment you rather than how do I, make myself look better than you, or how can I make myself look
Exactly.
more valuable than yourself? Like it don't work like that. I'm the
No,
type of dude that'll take my friend in the bathroom, give him $20 because he forgot his wallet, so the two sisters at the bar, you know what I'm saying, could get drinks and nobody looking stupid. It's like that. Like you look out for your brother, but not to the extent like if my brother is accosting some little 14-year-old girl that I'm gonna sit on that. Nah, you're not my brother no more. Because if you was my brother, you would have never did nothing like that. Go
one
ahead.
thing a lot of men need to do is stop being tricks. Number one, stop buying women drinks. If a woman's out, she has her own money to have her own good night. If you want to buy her a complimentary drink as an introduction, that's fine. But don't ever think that you have to like then fucking fund the rest of her fucking night out. Okay? Because that just makes you a sucker. And she's gonna know you're a sucker and then you're a trick. Okay? So don't do that shit. Okay,
So
guys?
don't listen to this cricket eater.
No.
Buy the woman drinks, but make sure you already have a relationship with that woman. Do not go to a woman you never met in your life. Then I agree with KK. If it's a stranger, don't buy the drink.
And I'm talking about guys now, because when back in my day, I really didn't even take drinks then. We're going back 20 years. I didn't really take drink some guys at bars and
Yeah,
stuff.
they'll roofie your ass.
I'm gonna have to like talk to this fool. Like, he's gonna think I'm interested in him. And have to say his shit for at least 10 minutes. Oh god. And I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I don't want to hear you want to be my friend and whatever lines that's gonna come out of your mouth. No, I'd rather be like, no, I'm good. Like, offer that to the next bitch. Yeah, who's desperate. I could buy my
Got the question. Have you ever been accosted on the casting couch?
I've never been on a casting couch, so
Okay. So you don't know what it's like.
no, I've never been in the industry and like that. Even though my sister was a model, so you know, she has some stories.
Yeah, I don't think your sister. I think your sister was a high-end model. I'm talking about like low budget, D-rated modeling. You know, kind of things where they pressure you to have big. Because a real model, if you're modeling like high-end, like Victoria's Secrets, they don't want you to have like big breasts. Like, big breasts is a no-no in the model industry. Only these dumb fools would believe that. Why? Because they want you to be real skinny. Why? Because they make everything, for thin people. Like, that's the desire. Look for a model. So somebody who's a big old Amazon and just tall, yeah, you could have got a flight attendant off, but trying to pass yourself off as a model and things of that nature, yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. We don't believe you. You need more people because, yeah, in modeling, they don't want you to have big old hormone breast and, yeah. And on meds.
Into these situations, but I'll just.
Oh, my bad. No, I just ventured off. So I'm sorry, my brain worked like that. You don't have to comment on that, but continue on. You was talking about the drinks.
You know what? Like a good old drink. I'm actually drinking right now. I'm drinking a whiskey.
Oh shit! I don't have nothing to drink.
It'll be out. What time is it? Okay, it's almost 8 p.m. here.
Yeah, that's dope.
I've got at least about 4 hours of trolling before I have to go to sleep.
But yeah, like, I mean, some people just, take life for granted, and it's just like they spend it, high and not looking at like how they could be a benefit to society more so than, self gratification. I think people sell themselves short, but not by not seeing how they can contribute in a way that is helpful to others. And I think that's what
most people, they don't care about other people. They don't care about elevating other people. We've seen that being shown right now, and the shit that we're dealing with, it's never been about protecting others,
Yeah, it's like at this point,
no one's protected anybody from being a joke. Even when people knew information about certain people, they've kept it under wraps.
And that's the thing, like, all of a sudden it's like it wasn't bad when you was with the guy. When you was with the guy, you didn't have nothing to say, and now all of a sudden you wake up one day and you remember, oh, he was
that's a story of
he
life.
was looking at my daughter. Like, hell nah. Ain't no mother holding on to that shit.
Anyone that's listening, ladies, man, like when you leave a relationship where you're like, yeah, he weren't shit, he didn't do this, or he didn't do that, he used to do this nasty shit, we've all said that kind of stuff about people that we've left behind,
But it was, I mean, it wasn't even a real, it was like an internet relationship. So there was no real way for him to have any type of contact with your child unless you presented it. And
about me specifically? Yeah.
No, you not at you at all. No, I'm talking about the witch. The witch. Oh, you ain't been up on things. Yeah, she
have a name. Well, if I assume
the witch tried to accuse a brother of mine's
Yeah.
SVDL, she tried to accuse him of not only, being a sexual deviant by showing his record and things of that nature. It's just like now they carrying on and uh, they're trying to say the champ is a homosexual and all types of stuff. They're saying all these negative things, and they're just attacking people to stay away from the fact that they are doing nothing about the polite situation of a 14-year-old girl.
But that's the thing. I don't really understand where these attacks on these people has come from all of a sudden. Like, I don't understand it.
It's a distraction. It's the last ditch effort to, save what little respect they have, and they continuously losing it because Paul wants to do what she want to do. She goes over there to Judah and Rob's channels because Sarnetta won't allow her to do what she wants to do on his channel. And nobody really deals with her on her channel. So it's just like she's
I just think
basically
sometimes in cases like this, I think it's better sometimes to remain a bit just be a bit quiet. Sometimes when you're acting on emotion, you do say things that in hindsight you're like, oh, okay, I was doing too much, or it wasn't true, or saying things to defend myself, but I know that they don't really hold water. It's like, just let the dust settle. Don't act on things like that. So to Rob and Judah, don't let people come on and accuse people of doing certain things, because it's going to reflect bad on your channels, because other people are going to analyze the same thing and realize maybe these things aren't true, or maybe they are, but I'm just saying, just think about before you act. Don't just be putting stuff out there and not knowing what they mean or what these certain charges, it's
Well, I
just,
mean,
don't do too
he's
much.
already implemented his stuff in extortion, defamation of character because they don't know how to properly read legal paperwork, and that's understandable. But they purposely, misappropriated the situations in the cases, and
Exactly. Yeah.
it's just like that's what they want to do. It's just like, all right, we're gonna deal with. Basically, they're saying it's not only us. We're not the only sexual deviants. There's other sexual deviants around. And the fact that FOP brought out her pictures and showed her pictures, it's like now, okay, now allow me to allow me to pick the most non violent person, because they know Solar does not get into it with women. Like he does not argue with women. That's just his thing. So
I've argued with Solar, so that's a lie.
I mean, for the most part, for the most part, nobody is totally perfect. You're gonna have,
no,
your
he's
shades
never
of
been
gray.
outwardly,
Yeah. So, but the whole thing is like that's why they're attacking Solar SVDL, because they know they can't get away with the stuff that if they attack all the other people that have legitimate claims. And this whole thing of her being a pass around is really getting under her skin, because she designed this delusion of grandeur about herself and her being, and it's supposed to fit the narrative. And now that all her stuff is coming out, she's ready to destroy everything within her path. But Sarnetta, being a chess player, is like, nah, let's just deal with Solar Bot. You know what I'm saying? He wants to put it all on Solar Bot. He doesn't want to address nobody else, because he knows that him having to put out all those fires is only gonna give testament to the fact that she really was out there like that.
Well, that's the thing. It's unfortunate. Like, as a woman, you have every right to send your pictures, any attractive pictures you have, whether it's half nude, whatever you want. Like, go ahead. Like, if there's a guy that you like and he's like, oh, let me see. You probably already seen his DD pic. Like, you'd be like, oh, I'll send him a little something in return. Okay, do your thing. But don't come back later and act like you never did it. It's like, I know the men that I've sent images too. You know, I'm not gonna lie about it. If a guy's like, "Oh, I have your naked," I'm like, "Great, post it. I don't give a fuck." Okay, you're gonna get some more men in my inbox. Okay, go on, go for it. Like, I'm like, okay, I have nothing. I don't give a shit.
As
And
your
if I put it
lawyer,
out there, if I put those pictures out there, it's because I like them. I'm proud of like how I looked in it, so it wouldn't really bother me. You know, it's like,
right?
oh, well, you know, we see these kind of pics all the time. Like, what do I care? It probably doesn't have my face in it, so it's really not going to hurt my feelings that hard. You know. So go ahead, send it to all your friends, put it on your channel. Okay.
And that's the thing.
It's not going to hurt me, but I get what you're saying, because if there's somebody, but that's the thing, I don't pretend or ever have pretended to be a overly religious or indoctrinated person who maybe people would expect to conduct themselves in a certain way. So that's probably where that judgment comes from. But for me, just being a layman, like, hey, show your things, girl. Like, you know, and the guy, if you got that V and you're
And that's the
hanging low, like, I want to see, like, you know, I don't give a fuck.
man.
Like, I've seen a lot of D pics. It's not really anything to me, but I'm like, it's all right. It doesn't really bother me personally, but I guess it's the persona behind that that's
Right.
is bothering to
But
some.
I would say, brothers, if you don't send those D pics, make sure you got either something hanging or girth. Stop.
Let it
Stop
hang. Let it
sending
hang
those,
low.
stop sending those pictures like look like you just got out the baby pool or some shit. Like you're not doing yourself any
Scribbled.
justice.
Yeah, no, don't do that. But yeah,
There's
I think
brothers
if
out here that's
anyone's
really got something to offer. Like you hurting your chances. Like you know you ain't got what it takes. Like stop defeating
yeah.
yourself like that.
But I will say this, as far as like what I've seen, how these men move, women, I would refrain from sending pictures out to a man unless you really, really are involved with them. Even then, you can't really trust them like that. But still, I'll say at least try and be a bit more selective. Don't just be sending them out willy-nilly to like anyone, you know. So at least you have a smaller pool of people that you can say, oh, it could have been that.
Wow.
All
And
right.
I
Don't
even go
don't just
further.
be like spamming everybody with like your news and seeing who bites. Like, don't do that. You know?
Right. So the whole thing is what I want people to understand, and I don't need a comment from you. This just came to my mind. I think the whole thing is Sonetta is keeping Rob close because Rob has that relationship with Nepal, and they have done some, sexually deviant things as it was professed by him, and his initial guilt by his face on that stream. So I think it's like keep him close, make him happy, make him feel like he's going to get what he wants so that he doesn't, either out you or, you know what I'm saying? Because that's some sexual deviance shit. And she has to address that if that's going on. But I also wanted to say, after I'll let you go for a minute, it slipped my mind that fast. But yeah.
No, and it's interesting, like when I was watching the Argument League last night, and a couple of the guys were making some comments about Rob's behavior around a certain female.
Oh, that's what it was. Sonetta was like,
Yeah, and it was like certain things, and I wish that people had maybe brought that kind of stuff to my attention. Even though I kind of cottoned on, I really didn't, and it probably attributed to like the
well, he kept you
hostility.
away for a reason. That's why he isolated you. They all about isolation. Women, be careful when a brother is trying to isolate you, telling you where to and where not to go. Is mainly because they don't want you, finding out who they are.
Oh no, I'm talking more in terms of his feelings for a certain other female. He
Oh, I
never
got
wanted to acknowledge and like to cloak it behind the bro sis. You know, she's just my sis. All the while making inappropriate comments. Like he would do that. I'm not saying it was her. I'm saying he would do it and making inappropriate comments about said female and causing this like. I'm like, hang on a minute. So when you left wherever you were, you spent literally a whole year trying to get this woman to create like a channel, a series, a joint channel with you, and do the most, you know, and you're just the bro. You know, I'm just her bro because he knew like all the men that were trying to like, you know, shoot their shot, but he thought he was going to be smart and play the bro role. Do you know what I mean? He thought if
That
I
was
play
funny.
the bro role, I can't be caught up under this umbrella of all the thirsties. I'm gonna play the bro role, but really, I'm the one that really is in love with that woman. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what he was trying to do. All the while.
Dude, T. Chanel said, go ahead, continue.
Sorry,
And I'll
go on.
tell you when you're done.
Sorry, no.
T. Chanel was like, she asked me, does KK know about Nepal? And I was like, what are you talking about? She peeped that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm scared of women after
I
that.
know. A lot of the women did peep it. And that's the thing.
Like,
but
what?
to me, all behind the scenes, it was like, no, don't think like that.
Oh, so you peeped it too. You just talked yourself out of it.
Yeah, because just last night when I was listening to, or this morning when I was listening to last night's argument league, like, and a couple of things they were saying, and it triggered my memory back to the early days of how he used to be. It was almost like he lost out on the part because she was like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with you," like, nah. And she chose up with like Sonetta. Okay, cool.
Well,
but it was
the
like he
reason she messed with
never
him is
dealt with
because
that. He never got over it. So he was always looking for like the next best thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the
she
next
only
best
left
thing.
him alone. He was the champion. That's why she felt comfortable leaving with him.
Oh
Like he got
It was
status.
and I think it was Domo that was saying, or was it Anonymous? They were saying like about the gas show.
Yeah,
I never really
exactly.
heard a lot of the gas show. I think I remember seeing like maybe one episode that was like drifting about, but I really never saw much of what was going on. But they were having telephone sex online, like they were doing the most, like talking about blowjobs and eating out coochie and doing all the you know, all that weird stuff. So I never was surprised that Soleimani would get pissed off for that shit, because I don't want no next man talking to my woman, yeah, sexually online for all to hear. Okay, and I'm not even involved in this. Some next man thinks he can talk to my woman about what are you doing? Like, I don't even know how Solomon like really let that even happen. Because if that was my way, I'd be like, nah, mate. Because obviously Rob was on a mission to try and sweep her away, you know, to try and like get her away from Solomon and snatch her up for
He
himself.
even boldly said it. She's mine now. After he dumped her.
He said that?
Yeah, he literally said she's with me now. And then they started doing the gas show. Yeah, the dude was up.
That's what Rob wanted. He was infatuated with her. He wanted her to steal her away from Solomon. He did the most. He tried to convince her to do all these channels with him. She was like, okay, you're my bro. Like, we're going to do this. But in Rob's mind, he was thinking that all this was going to pay off to him. That's why when she was like, nah, and she found a better option.
Exactly.
He, literally around that, or probably a little bit later, actually, he was like talking shit about her to me. She's there, she's a clout chaser, she's and telling me all her info, telling me all her background, like just dog walking her. She's shit. She's, like all the men do when they get rejected. So that's the feeling that I got. So when, I don't know, like people have told me, like, why does she keep him around? But maybe she has something on him, or he has stuff on
Vice
her.
versa. He
Yeah,
got
I
something
don't
on
know.
her.
But it's not a healthy relationship to have, people. Like, don't do it. Like, just, it's just very strange. He's clearly obsessed with you.
He need mental health though, too.
He's a yeah. So for you to try and bring him around your husband now is just weird.
Oh, he gonna get Sonetta. Just like he was up under Solar Mine.
He
He gonna
can't,
get
but he keeps saying, "Oh, I respect Sonetta, my brother." Listen, every time he says that, Nepal, my sis. No, it sounds so fake. I can hear through his fake shit.
right.
Basically, he's saying, "I'm just waiting for you to dump her, Sonetta, so I can snatch her up."
Or
That's
I'm waiting for you to fuck up and I'm
yeah, so I can have her. Basically, is what he's trying to say. So
show me something so I can show her and she leave your ass.
mm-hmm. But there's no way Nepal is, she's too smart to get with that. Like, unless she wants to die real young. No, don't do it, girl. This girl.
Dude, she look old as hell.
No, she does not.
She do.
I'm just saying, stop leading these insecure weirdo males into. Like, I tried, and I appreciate you. I honestly do. You tried to help me with this fall, but I can't save him. I'm not gonna play second fiddle to no one. Okay, so
Right, main course.
exactly. You think I'm a fool? Nah, that's why I never respected him. I was like, lead me where? Lead me to the fucking gutter? Nah, no, thank you. Do that by yourself. Okay, you're not gonna lead me into the fucking pits of hell. So just do you, dude. I'm happy. I'm happy. The relief that I felt in the last week. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me explain it.
Like you dodged a bullet.
Oh my, a literal bullet. A literal bullet. I think he
Hey, he
thought he was gonna kill me.
gonna wait until I get my passport. And then all of a sudden she wanna argue.
Yeah, bitch. Ho. No, you're a hoe. Your mama was probably a hoe, bitch. Yeah? How about that? Your mama was a hoe. What are you
Your
gonna do
turn.
about it? Yeah? May she rot. May she rot in hell. I know. Isn't that that's shooting below the belt, right?
Yes.
That's hurtful, right? Yeah, bitch. Remember when you talked about me killing myself? That you wish my kids were dead. Yeah? Remember that, bitch? I'm glad your mother and your father are dead and eating worms. And I can't wait until you join them. You stupid ass bitch. Don't mention my name because I will drag the shit out of you and your whore. Okay? I'm trying to stay quiet, but don't fuck about with me. Ever mention my name, you wish I died or I'm dead to you or any bullshit out that even insinuates you're talking about me, bitch, I will release so much information about you that you're going to kill yourself. All right? I'm not here to fuck about with you anymore. I'm done with your bullshit. I left you alone. Let you go on your rants. You're kicking over trash cans, threatening to kill. You ain't going to kill shit, bitch. Ever threaten this man again in your fucking life, okay? I'm going to tell everybody where to find you. License plates, license numbers, passport numbers, addresses, where to find all you motherfuckers. And your whole generation is going to get the repercussions of your bullshit. Stop threatening people. Do you understand me?
You hear that, little Robbie?
Barbie, do you hear us? Do you hear us? Stop threatening my friends. Stop threatening me. Okay? Because I have all the clips. I have videos of you vomiting on over yourself. I should send that to Captain Tazariak, right?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, let me show Captain Tazariak you vomiting over yourself on live.
Is
Yeah.
there anything he did to you that made you feel like
I have
like
so much stuff. I have so T-Duck, I have a whole archive of this bitch.
a year
Okay.
worth, right?
Where people will
Just
not
like,
want to touch him with a fucking barge pole.
damn.
Yeah? If I put this shit out to any of these channels, you will be buried. No one want to fuck with you. All the shit that you said out your mouth, threatening people's kids, calling women all sorts of this and that. You think any of these women will want to have anything to do with you? You
Yep.
fucking drunk ass bitch.
I just
Calling
think
women
about that though.
whores, kill yourself. I'm gonna kill my ex. I watched my baby mother died of cancer. I've got that too. About your
Damn.
fucking prayers. You pray for that bitch while you were wishing death on her for fucking your best friend? Is that what you're telling me?
Damn.
Oh yeah. I got that too.
He ain't
He told
shit.
me, I don't give a fuck. My son be calling me, he's stressed. He don't want to lose his mother, but fuck that bitch. I wish that bitch would fucking die. Yeah?
Just because
Fuck
she
that hoe. I don't
decided
want
to
to see
leave
that
you.
bitch. Oh, you want me to tell them more about what you said?
Damn.
The only pity you had is because of your son, if it is your son. But, you know,
It's really
ask your
bad.
best friend about that. I don't know.
Right?
They look kind of similar to me.
He's sterile.
He is. 12. He spent 12 years busting up in his ex. Not one child. Oh, really?
Exactly.
12 years. You
I'm
already
not
had
even
2
being
kids,
funny.
and
That man
you
is
didn't
sterile
manage
than
to
a
make one
motherfucker.
child with that hoe. You didn't in 12 years. You didn't make one little sprug, one little Rob Jr. with that fucking bitch. Yeah, that dirty bitch. She probably got her uterus removed because she was a fucking hoe. They probably
Damn.
pushed that shit so far back. Yeah. Worry about that.
He too busy on the pod.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Nepal, you're my queen. My sis. Oh, hang on. I could have got her and I want her. Hang on. No. I mean, she's my sis. Like, do you hear yourself? You fucking weirdo. Nepal, this man wants you. Sarnetta, this man wants your wife.
So I
He's
never know that.
always wanted to fuck your wife. And
He
you're gonna
told
let this
he
man on
told
your
Solimar.
channel. The same with Judah, but he doesn't care because he let Judah on, who called Nepal all kinds of bitches and hoe and SCI hoe bitch and blah 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 blah. Well, he didn't care about that, so I don't think he gives a shit that Rob wants to fuck her too. Like, what difference does that make to him? Like, he's like, oh well, just another one, and another one.
And then you just talked yourself out that deluxe apartment at the
Where?
you can't go to
Listen.
the barbershop now.
Listen, he sleeps on an inflatable bed. What are you talking about? He don't
Damn.
even have a real bed. Tell them about that, bitch. Tell them. Yeah, go.
And no pillow though. That's fucked up. He used that fucking blue sweater he
Take a
wear every day as
fucking
a pillow.
screwdriver to your bed and see what happens. I'll be able to still sleep on my shit. Let's see if
And
you can.
suck his thumb. That's what you do all day. Suck his thumb.
There's so much I could say, but
I bet. He better be lucky you got a heart.
He should be thankful that I have a bit of mercy on him, honestly. And truthfully, if you're watching, I tried to have some mercy on him, but he's been so reckless. And that video, I think I saw a little bit of a.
Yeah, he went over the line when he dissed the champ. Like that wasn't even called for.
He is so disgusting. If you get a chance, just go over to his channel, Rob Rack. Okay, if he hasn't deleted all his shit by now. You'll get a gist of his online presence, and I'm not gonna say that's him in his entirety because it's really not, but I'm just saying for what he puts out there, it's just it's just foul. Like if I didn't know him, I'd be looking at him like, God.
Hey, but I know why you really stopped fucking with him.
Right.
Because you see where he didn't wash his hands and he started eating that shit. I thought that was the most gross shit in my life, but I was like, hell no, I'm gonna lie and I'm not gonna wash my hands. Like,
no,
bro, people are watching. Like,
I remember that live, and he ate that fucking chicken bone.
I ate the bone. Like,
I was
that
like,
makes you a savage because you eat the bone, bro.
It's like chimpanzee gnashers. You just
like you the weirdest motherfucker on the planet, nigga.
And it's crazy to me. Do you know what it was?
What was that?
And it's not like something like just it was an epiphany. You know, me and him have been going at it for like so long.
Right.
We argued. He's done so much to me. And I came to the realization, like, what am I gonna do with a guy like this? Like, he's mental.
Make babies.
Yeah.
Sex all day.
Like about a month before that, I was like, oh, you know, I want you to like lead me. I want you to like show me where, you know, you take us. If I was like, you know, because I am a very like independent kind of like, I like to make my own decisions. I'm a businesswoman. I'm like, but I was like, I want to submit. I want to let a guy like, you know, show me the right way or their way. Anyway. But then when I was watching him, I was like, wow. This is what you want to lead me into? You want me to
let's make babies.
About like leading you into Satan's anus. That is literally where he was leading me. I was like, oh hell no. I don't trust you. I don't like where you're going. I don't like the energy. You act like a punk here and a whole thug over here. I'm like, what is your game? Like, what are you doing? Like, And that's why I never really respected him. I never did.
The law, statutes, and commandments.
I never respected that man one day. I swear. And that is a goddamn shame. But I never did. I never did. That's why we argue so much, because I never respected anything that came out of that fucking mouth of his. Like, So it is what it is. I wish him all the best and on his endeavors and his struggles and his mental health issues. I really do.
If you don't mind, share some of the abuse he did with you, because I know it was there.
Oh no, from early on. Oh, what can I say? The kind of play mind games with me, trying to insinuate he was interested in other women or bringing other women into the situation to try and muddy the waters and putting these poor subscribers, female subscribers he had in like uncomfortable positions where he, you know, what he does, like usually like overly curving and oh, I should have got you, ooh, but you're thick and all that kind of like ridiculous shit that he used to do. And that was from the get-go. So that's why when I hear that now, it doesn't bother me, because I know he's done that shit to me from the get-go. He'd use the female subscribers against me in order to make me jealous and then blame me why these women felt uncomfortable and didn't really want to be in the middle of, you know, our weird relationship shit, you know? So they'd be like, "Oh, fuck, keep me out of this shit." Like, I don't want to be involved.
Right, I'm good.
As a weapon, you know. And then it was calling me a whore, calling me a slut, bitch.
Was he doing this around? I mean, not around you, but like,
It probably started.
would he have discernment if you were around your children, or he will still be belligerent and go off? If you don't mind me asking.
It wasn't usually in person. That's the thing. What he would usually do, especially earlier on, he like if I was like, if I didn't want to talk to him, I was like ignored his calls, for example. I was like, do you know what? You pissed me off. I don't even want to talk to you. So he would resort to going online, doing a live, saying, "Okay, this bitch, she to the street. She ain't answering my calls. Fuck her." Yeah.
Like a little baby.
Yeah, like
He telling on
baby
you.
that lost his toys. Yeah, like fuck
Like
it.
the
Hang
subscribers
on,
that say
hang on.
so
Let me
over
call
your
her one
actions.
time. If I call her one more time, then
I'm gonna
if I call her one more time, she don't answer. She belongs to the streets. I'm like, shut up. I'm definitely not answering right now. But that's what he would do to me, and I'd be like, well, fuck you. I don't give a shit. But a few days later, he'd be like, I love you. You're my sweet to be. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this shit. I'm like, you'd be like crying and boohooing. I'd be like, no. When I say crying a bit, I mean actual crying. And you know, Rob is like a crying.
Mm-hmm.
So
like how he started his stream the other night.
Exactly. He's cried at least 3 times this week.
I
haven't cried one time this week. That's how good I feel. This bitch cried every day this week, and I hope you cry for the next fucking couple of months because you deserve it, ho. For all the shit that you put me through, and you know that I don't want to fuck with you anymore because you're being a whole goddamn bitch, yeah, and a fucking demon. And I'm glad. If you had come here to the UK, I left your dusty ass at the fucking airport, bitch. I should have done that to you. I should have done that to you and left you stranded. But you know who would have done live like, hi,
she left me, y'all. I didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, I didn't want to give him that satisfaction of even being here. Nobody wants you over here. Fly over here if you want, bitch. I'm gonna send someone to shank your fucking ass right at the airport. South side. Yeah, South London. Yeah, that's how we roll. I'm gonna get you. But what was the question? The abuse. Oh, the abuse. What abuse did I not get? What abuse did the people not witness me getting? I was called every whore, bitch, slut, die, cunt.
Damn.
Fuck your family. Fuck your kids. Fuck your autistic son.
That did it for me.
Yeah, but you tied him up to a tree. Yeah, I can't remember what because I couldn't listen. But he was like, you bet, just even though he cried like shit after he did that shit and begging me for his forgiveness after that. I'll give him that much, but fuck you still. Because after that, I never looked at him the same way. I was like, okay, you can say sorry, but that's your thing. You love to say sorry, but are you gonna fix up? No.
Right.
Okay, if you're not gonna fix up, I don't want to hear you're fucking sorry about shit. Okay, because you want to say sorry about everything, but you're still the same piece of shit that you were when you were doing it. So it doesn't really matter to me. And after that, that was like the point of no return, and I was kind of trying to hold on because I did love him. I was like, let me try and see if I can like forgive him for this shit. But nah, I can never.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I was like, I tried because he was like being so apologetic and doing the most and promising me all this shit and looking at my son. Yeah, I love him. I'm good. You know, all that weak
All that
shit.
underhanded, dirty man
Yeah, all that
shit.
weak shit. Oh, let me see. Let me
Was
see.
you loving him?
Oh,
Oh my
look, I'm so
god.
sorry. Oh my god. Like all that shit. Honestly, he was
Hey,
doing fucking most. I was like, listen, it's okay. Like, and my son, you know, he's autistic. He really don't give a fuck what you said about him, but you know, okay.
man,
But
your son is, in that sense, your son is like the majority of the world because the only person that cares about what he says is him. No, Paul
no,
don't
my
even
son
give a
didn't give a
shit.
fuck. My son didn't give a fuck. He didn't know what the fuck he's saying. You think I'm gonna tell my son what that fucking piece of shit said about him? You crazy? Mm-mm. He was just trying to look at him like. Obviously, we were on the phone most days, every day actually, and obviously my kids are around, so he'd be like, you know, oh, let me see him, and I'm sorry, he's my son, and you know all that bullshit that he says.
Yeah.
You know, same
Like,
old
let
bullshit.
me pull on your love strings.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, and I'm like, listen, dude, are you stupid? You think I really think you love my son? Fuck off. You didn't even love the. If you love those stepkids you had with your ex so much, those children would still be in your life right now.
Right.
So stop
Even
your bullshit.
exactly, even after the fact. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
12 years you were with a 3 and a 4-year-old that weren't even yours, that you raised and supposedly provided for. Where are they? Where are they? You
Like, you
don't.
don't stop providing. Even
Yeah,
if it's
you
your
don't see
birthday,
them. You
think
don't
about
consider them as your children. Like those children should still be in your life. But hey, that's what Dusty does.
exactly.
That's a whole dusty ass Negro.
And
And
what about the women that condone that shit? You got to think about it too. Nepal is an enabler. Like, she says his actions is okay, but other men's actions
I know. I had to
it's
tell
just
her the
like,
other day. I was like, why do you let him get away? Like, he be, he be doing the same shit. He be disrespect. Oh, I don't want women to be abused and disrespected. And I actually think she believes it. But I'm like, why are you tolerating then the two men who are probably the most famous on YouTube for disrespecting women? Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, Judah has drug so many women through the dirt, call them all kinds of names, just disrespected the hell out of them. Rob has done the same thing, but you call these two men your bros. Like, what? Like, if you're such a woman's advocate, you shouldn't have men like this in your corner. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't look good. I can pull up so many receipts of these men calling women all sorts. You know, things that, you know, they say Sonnet has called certain women like a bitch, or I don't know, you're ugly, or, you know,
mhm.
kind of minor stuff. But these two have gone in. I don't know, actually. Let me take that back, because I really don't know if Sonnet has done it. I might have to look back, because maybe he has. But I'm just saying, why are you backing up men who have disrespected women to the utmost and saying that you care about women, you know? And then you have these two up there. Like, I've never heard, especially two men who claim to be Israelites, of all things. Like, I would expect that from like a street fool, like, who has no sense, you know?
Yeah, a dummy.
Yeah, just some like weirdo Negro on the street, like, has no home training. Okay, well, if that's the standard, then hey, that's the standard. But any conscious community would not have people like this around, because
Not even for
it
a
wouldn't it
second.
wouldn't yeah, it wouldn't take much for people to like expose these men. Like, how can you say that when you said this? How can you say that when you said this about black people? This about lusting over white women? This about, you know, killing children? Is, you know, it's like there's so much there.
So
Like you would
fake.
not even have a leg to stand on. Yeah, it's so fake. But hey, like I said, dig your hole and just wait for the consequences.
But I think it's psychological for someone to not see the error in their ways in the lifestyle they're leading, and not think that maybe for a second, if all the people are pointing at them, probably the problem is them and not the people. And it's just
Oh,
like,
of course. Narcissists roll with narcissists. Like,
mhm.
just thinking about the small little circle, they all seem to be narcissists. Everything is everyone else's fault. The blame always lies at everyone else's doorstep.
Hey, shout out to Terry Smooth Jr., Pink Toes and Fringes. Yes, sir.
Pink toes and fringe. Oh, Terry Smith with his white woman loving ass. Haven't you got yourself a white woman yet, Terry? Come on now.
Now he like Mexicanas.
You
He like
still
Highness.
looking? Nah, he wants himself some chocolate. I know he does. He's capping that one.
Yeah.
But it's just sad. Everything that's been going on lately, I don't know. Like, I've tried, like, probably since last weekend, probably. I just haven't really been on YouTube, like, at least online. I've been kind of watching here and there, but I've not really wanted to be online. I've had people ask me to come, like, here and there and shit. And I'm like, oh no, because I don't want to add fuel to the fire, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's necessary that you came today and you allowed yourself to vent, because for one, it's healthy to get it off your chest
Mm-hmm.
and have
Yeah.
it plague your mental. And two, it allows that person to know that they weren't like the best sticks and sliced bread for you. They were actually hindering, some aspects of your life and hurting you. So
Right.
hopefully they take that
And
and
that's the
grow.
thing. And that's the thing why I'm actually thinking about I might have to start my channel a bit earlier than I thought, because I have a lot to. Actually, I might wait till the end of next week to see what comes out, and then I might start my
Yeah.
channel and start. I think
I don't think you should wait. I mean,
Actually,
why
I might wait till my birthday. So we're starting September, like in a couple of days, and then so probably by my birthday.
damn, you gonna be old as fuck.
I'm gonna be 41. And Terry. No, I don't think Terry. Terry and I share the same birthday, don't we, Terry? Yeah. Terry
Yeah,
and I are
they
both
started the channel.
on the 20th. Yeah.
So
Am I gonna
everybody
start a channel?
subscribe.
Yeah, I want to start a channel. I just need to find some I just want to be consistent, and yeah,
Let's
I don't want it to be
subscribe
like
now, y'all. Subscribe to.
I have over 100 subscribers already.
You got more subscribers than me, and you don't even.
I don't make no videos.
Hey,
subscribe from now. Yeah, I think I might start doing lives. Maybe if not next weekend, the week after that, because the kids hopefully will be settled into school, and I'll have time to do that. Yeah. During the day. So yeah, Terry, October 20th. Boop boop.
yeah, you
Libras
got
in
me.
the hills. Yeah, me and Terry have the same birthday.
That's dope. You got any last words? Because I gotta wrap it up. I gotta go get the little tiny tights
No.
in a minute. But we
I'm
definitely gotta do
good.
this
Thank you for
again.
letting me vent and get certain things off my chest. I'm glad I was a bit controlled and I didn't do too much, but I don't know. This is the start. This is the second live of the day. The third one might be a bit more.
Hey, check it though. Nah, we'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I just got to do a couple things and then I'll be back. We might be back. So, little boy, calm your ass down, sit down, leave
Sankara,
people alone before all the
Oh, hang
information
on.
hit the surface. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just looking at that message. Sankara said, hit you up. How do I hit you up, girl? Oh boy. Like, where do I go? She has some tidbits for us.
Oh, put down. You need me to put it? I'll put it down so we can see it. Capital K, cartoon cat. Is it all together? Yeah, it's all together.
Yeah, can they find me? Oh, they could probably find me on.
There you go. It's KHARTLULKT. Yeah, cartoon cities.
On your YouTube. Okay, girl. Oh, I don't even know if you're a girl or a guy. Sorry, you're probably a guy. Okay, I will check that out. But yeah, thank you for letting me vent. I'm probably
Like I
going to
said,
be
since
up.
you are truthfully on this channel, man, I'll just facilitate. You know me.
To be
I like
honest, I
talking to
actually
other
checked
people.
out her channel, but remember I was like, I'm just leaving this whole Israelite stuff well alone. Like,
Yeah.
truthfully, is an Israelite, and I love you, sis. Like, I appreciate, like, I just don't want anyone to like sucking me back into this stuff. Like, not sucking me back. Do you know what I mean? Like, say like, it's okay. I just want to just a wide berth from everything. But
Yeah, I get it. They steal your crickets.
yeah, but truthfully,
Yeah, I was
honestly,
like,
I
it's
want
okay
next
to eat
time.
crickets. I was dead.
No, they're not my crickets. Truthfully, you're a wonderful
Elder Yara,
person.
shout out to Elder Yara. He was like, we can eat crickets.
I know he
Like,
always is. I
hell
love
no.
Elder Yara. I'm gonna. Do you know what? I need to email him right now because I want us to do a show. He's like, let's do a show.
He
I'm
condones
like,
cricket eating.
yeah. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna email him in a minute.
That's
Actually.
gonna be the debate. Can Israelites really eat crickets, or he was just simping for KK?
Oh wow, it's like 20 years.
And I'm not insinuating Elder Yara wrong KK. He's happily married, but he does look out for the sisters and the children. So
Yes.
big bro.
Yes,
You know?
and a lot of these guys are very respectable, and especially at the argument league. That's why I fuck with them because a lot of
But the
them.
champ is just the same, and they try to slander the champ. They try to call him
I
a hope. Yeah, they do it
know.
way
I
too
don't
much.
give a fuck who he's had up his ass. At least he has more fucking moral standing and more of a moral compass than you will ever have. I don't
But
care
that's
how
not even
many
his nature. He got his
whatever he
children. He
alleged
got a
he has.
disabled child. I don't know if he will be putting that out there,
Oh
but
my
still,
god, this guy.
that brother is a Superman. So shout out
I
to the champ.
know. Shout out to you, Anonymous. Same with Swab.
And I hate you going through that. It's
Domo,
swab can handle
Dolomite.
itself. You know, I ain't got to worry about
All
it.
of
Bro.
those guys. Yara, Akmalak, like
Nah,
anyone that
go by free
Yashar. Is it Yashar?
TV.
The
Don't
Lot
forget about
guy.
Gold Beezy.
Blue. I love Blue. Him and his beautiful wife. Like they're so all of them, and most of them are even Israelites, but they have more fucking decorum, morals, and standards than any of these
Don't forget
so-called fucking
Taz,
Israelite. Oh my god,
Lex,
Taz. Of
even
course,
Chris
Lex.
Harris. Chris
They
back. And don't
know
forget
already. I'm just talking
Dobo.
about the argument league. Chris already knows. Lex already knows. Taz already knows. I support their channels as
Dobo.
well. Of course, you, Mr. New Era King, Mr. T Duck, like you. There's so many good guys here. You know what I mean? Like who protect women and appreciate women, want to hear women. It's just unfortunate there's just a few who are just disgusting and want to just disrespect women like that, but
Right.
we can remove them. That's the thing. Like we have the power.
But the thing is, when they
Erase them.
led by a woman, that's how they control the narrative.
Well, hey,
Because
then she needs to
that
get
woman always
erased
steps up.
too, and leave that to us. Then, if she's gonna carry on shady, putting down women, men, causing chaos, then we need to erase her too. All right. So that's
All right,
gonna
let's
happen.
do it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you, sis. Definitely take care of everything you need to take care of. I'll probably get with you in like 3 to 4 hours, depending on how long it takes me to deal with these little.
I'll be asleep by then. It's like almost 9 p.m. So I'm
All right, I'll
ready.
hit you up later and
All
see
right,
if
guys. Thank you. Peace, guys. I'll catch you
Peace.
soon. All right. Bye.